Have you ever felt like life just keeps throwing punches, one after another? You face failure, betrayal, and disappointment, and you just want to curl up and ask, why me? It feels like you're drowning in a sea of pain, with no land in sight. Well, I want to tell you a story today that might just change how you see that pain forever. It's a story about a young man who was exactly where you might be right now, but he found a way to turn his greatest hurts into his greatest strengths. Stick with me, because this story holds a powerful secret, a key to unlocking a kind of power you never knew you had. Once there was a young man named Kieran. To say life was tough on him would be an understatement. It felt like a constant storm. He'd study for exams, pour his heart and soul into them, only to see a failing grade. He had big dreams, visions of a future he was excited about, but they always seemed to crumble just as he got close. Even his friendships, the very people he trusted, would sometimes turn their backs on him, leaving him feeling betrayed and utterly alone. Every morning, Kieran would wake up with a heavy weight on his shoulders. It wasn't just the memory of one failure, but the accumulated weight of all of them. It was a constant, nagging feeling of not being good enough. He'd walk through his days with his head down, avoiding eye contact, feeling like a ghost in his own life. He would often whisper to himself, "Why me? What did I do to deserve this constant struggle? Why does life keep hurting me?" He felt powerless, like a ship without a rudder, lost in a vast, unforgiving ocean. The thought of giving up wasn't just a fleeting idea. It was becoming a tempting comfort. One afternoon, seeking some peace, Kieran climbed a nearby hill. He sat alone on a rocky ledge overlooking the valley below. The world seemed so big, and he felt so incredibly small and insignificant. As his eyes scanned the landscape, he noticed something unusual. Right there, growing out of a tiny crack in a massive, solid rock, was a small tree. It was a mere sapling, fragile and seemingly out of place. The wind whipped around it, and you could tell it had endured countless storms. Yet it stood its ground. It wasn't just surviving. It was reaching for the sky, its leaves turned toward the sun. Kieran stared at that little tree for a long time. A thought sparked in his mind, a thought that would change everything. He thought, if this tiny tree can find a way to grow in a hard, unforgiving rock, to find life where there seems to be none, then maybe I can find strength in my struggles too. Maybe my pain isn't a wall but a crack in the rock where I can begin to grow. From that moment on, Kieran made a conscious decision. He decided to change his perspective. He was done being a victim of his circumstances. He decided to stop seeing his pain as an enemy trying to destroy him and start seeing it as a teacher, a very strict but very wise teacher. So, he started a new practice. Every time he faced a setback, instead of letting it crush him, he would ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" That failed exam? It wasn't just a mark of failure. It was a lesson in how he needed to study differently, to manage his time better. That broken friendship? It was a painful but crucial lesson about trust, boundaries, and choosing the right people to have in his life. He bought a simple notebook, and at the end of each day, he would write down what he had learned from his struggles. He didn't just dwell on the pain. He actively looked for the lesson hidden within it. He started working on himself, one small step at a time. Some days, all he could manage was reading one page of a book or going for a short walk. But he did it. He was consistent. The size of the step didn't matter as much as the fact that he was moving forward every single day. Slowly but surely, something remarkable began to happen. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months. Kieran started to notice a change in himself. The pain hadn't magically disappeared, but it had transformed. He discovered that navigating all those failures had forged something new inside him: resilience. When he got knocked down, he now knew how to get back up, and he got up a little faster each time. The constant need to find solutions had sharpened his focus. facing his fears day after day, had built a quiet, steady courage he never knew he possessed. These were qualities he never had when life was easy. They were gifts, forged in the very fires that he once thought would consume him. And as Kieran changed on the inside, his world began to change on the outside. Doors that had been firmly shut for years started to creak open. He applied his new study methods and finally passed his exams, and not just passed, but excelled. He started forming new relationships, this time built on a foundation of self-respect and genuine connection. Eventually, he found a career path that didn't just pay the bills, but gave him a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Looking back, Kieran realized something incredibly powerful, a fundamental truth about life. The pain itself isn't what stops you. It's your response to it that defines your future. The pain is just an event, a signal. It's how you choose to interpret and act on that signal that determines whether it becomes a wall that blocks your path or a stepping stone to a higher place. So, what about you? Are you facing a mountain of pain right now? A failure that stings? A heartbreak that aches? Remember Kieran and the little tree on the rock. Your struggles are not there to break you. They are there to build you. They are an invitation to discover the resilience, the focus, and the courage that is already lying dormant within you. By facing your challenges head-on, by choosing to learn from every single setback, and by taking those small, consistent actions every day, you can do exactly what Kieran did. You can transform your greatest pain into your greatest power. You can use the very things that were meant to hold you down as fuel to build the life you truly desire. The power isn't in avoiding the pain, it's in harnessing it. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope this story has inspired you today. If it did, and you want more motivational stories like this to help you grow wiser and stay inspired, please hit that subscribe button and join our community. We'd love to have you with us on this journey. Until next time, take care and keep growing.